Hey, I noticed that every time I start a tutorial, I always go like, all right. So, I'm gonna break that and not say it to disappoint you all, but, um,
Alright, let's get started.
what we are now gonna do is, hit D for designations. Mine is already selected. We are going to mine out the area for our barracks. For our military, they need a place to stay, and the barracks is going to be the place. So just designate out a little square spot. If you're following pretty much my exact designs, then yeah, it's just going to be like the equivalent of the dining room. Um, we there's the miners are still mining this out right now, but whenever they're done, they're gonna go ahead and start working on this, or he's just gonna be a stupid kid and start working on it now. But anyway, while they're working on that, I have this dwarf right here. If you hit Q to look at what he's doing, I have him constructing just more doors and more chairs. Just, it's good to have like a little bit of a surplus so you don't have to wait later for something. What we are going to do right now is hit Q for the building. This is my attempt at trying to get stuff for the wood furnace again. Hit A for new task at the carpenter's workshop, and hit minus to go up. We want to look for make wooden cage right here. Make wooden cage. We're gonna make 6 of these. Our first trap that we're going to make is just a simple cage trap. The good thing about a cage trap is that if something comes in, the cage will fall down on them and they'll be trapped, and we can do things to them and that they're not going to like, and yeah, it's going to be fun. But anyway, for the cage, we are also going to need a workshop called a mechanics workshop. As you remember from the beginning, we have a dwarf that is a mechanic, or we chose him to be better at mechanics rather than just like dabbling in them. So we're going to hit B for building, and then by this point, you can just hit W for workshop, and we're going to use mechanics workshop. It's T. So we are going to put this, let's put it down here, like that. Might as well just make it out of your biggest supply of something. You see this little blue thing right here? That is actually the picture for a trap. I'm not sure, depending on color, it changes, and I know... Ooh, you have struck squirrel. Let's see where that is. Over here. Yay, squirrel! Oh, it says cluster, so that's actually a gem, I'm pretty sure. But anyway, so yeah, our mechanics workshop is just made. So you want to come over here and add new task, and we want make rock mechanisms. This is what something like, it's like just gears and parts and things for traps and later machinery. So since we're making 6 cages, we want 6 of these. You can also make a traction bench, which I think has something to do with hospitals, but I'm not exactly sure. I've never made one, never needed to use one. So our mechanic, who is also our woodcutter or our carpenter, is now making rock mechanisms, which should go in this finished goods pile, but they might end up going in the furniture pile somewhere. Yeah, I have all these beds and these doors and the tables and chairs, so I'm going to start placing them for our dining room. You can see that this area is kind of dirty because there's all this stone and all this stuff. We're going to clean that up later by making our stone stockpile much larger so that we can fit more workshops and stuff in here later. But so we want to hit B for building and then come down to table right here, and how I usually do it is so that it's symmetrical. Alright, so put one here, just oaken table, and one here. Yeah, so it looks all symmetrical. And you want chairs by your tables too, so we'll go up to chair, or you can just hit C. Put that there. I'm just going to use the wooden chairs for in here. So you use plus and minus to go down and choose a different which material you want to use for it. So just place the rest of those. And since all of these are going to be little rooms, we can put the doors on the entrances. So if you hit D for door, I mean it's right here, and just put it at the entrance. I'm going to keep those doors, just make them out of wood. It's just doing all this will make it easier for later whenever we actually want to use these rooms for things. We don't have to put down the wood then. Crap. Yeah, if you ever want to cancel a building, you hit Q and go over to it, and then you'll see right here X remove building. So we can just go ahead and do that. It'll just, because it wasn't even placed down yet, it'll just instantly get removed. I wanted to keep these doors made out of wood, for as much wood as I have. Wooden doors, at least. Alright, so you're going to see a bunch of dwarves come down here carrying furniture, because every dwarf has furniture hauling. That's what you, whenever dwarves are moving stone or anything, it's just called hauling that resource or thing. So this guy's sleeping, which reminds me that our dwarves need beds so that they can sleep. So I'm just going to make this our first little wing of like starter dwarf beds so that they can actually get some sleep in actual beds. So how you do that is just B for building and then bed, and then just, I typically will just place it in the corner. So just B for bed. Just get a bed in each one of these rooms because, you know, we made beds before, so we have some. Alright, so our dwarves are going to be spending, like, any of the idle, you see idlers here. That's how many dwarves are not doing anything, of course. So obviously, you see we don't have very many dwarves because they're all going to be hauling furniture or moving resources, putting the tables here, mining, constructing stuff. So yeah, now would be a good time to check if our mechanic, yeah, he only made one mechanism, but he's probably hauling something right now, so that's why he's not doing that. Our barracks is almost done. Go up to main level. Yeah, you see how these little gear pictures are mechanisms, so there's 2 mechanisms done so far. Cages. Let's see if he did the cages yet. Yeah, he did finish the cages, and one thing that you can do is hit T to view items in buildings. If you go over here, yeah, you'll see that there is are 6 cages all inside of this building. They have yet to be moved to the finished goods or to the furniture. So, I mean, like, them being in there is just kind of like a little stockpile. Like, you still have access to it. It's just, like, not physically visible in the game like these doors are and stuff. So, yeah, there's the mechanic working on the stuff. Goes up, picks up the closest resource, just like the carpenter makes a mechanism, goes and gets it